What if I told you that the most important tips to success on semen retention aren't the ones that are common knowledge? Would you believe me?
No.
If you don't, let me show you the 10 biggest things most people don't know at the start of their journey that even I wish I knew myself. If you've been practicing semen retention for a while yourself and you have any other tips you may have for someone who is new to this practice, make sure to comment it down below. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get more videos just like this. But now, let's get into the 10 things I wish I knew when I first started practicing semen retention. The first thing I wish I knew when I first started is that semen retention is just the foundation to success. It's not the sole determinant. Your goal on this journey should be to exhibit not just some, but full self-control over your sexual desires. This way, you can put that energy into more productive and beneficial things. This will help you to be more successful, ambitious, and motivated to achieve your goals in life. Now, this is vital to your success on this journey. We're going to talk more about this later on in the video, so make sure to stay tuned for that. The second thing that I wish I knew when I first started semen retention is that you will relapse a lot in the beginning. You have to understand that you've been subconsciously wiring your brain to this habit for years. It's highly unlikely you'll go on any remarkable length of time starting off. This can be a little difficult to hear at first, but it's important to remember to be patient with yourself. Relapses are what make you stronger in the end. Having this perception will remind you that your losses are only lessons along your way, meant to make you even better in the end. Everyone who achieves any level of success falls somewhere along their way. What separates them from most is that they got back up and kept going. Your journey on semen retention will be no different from this, so embrace your shortcomings and allow them to make you stronger. The third thing that I wish I knew is to never get too comfortable. The hardest part about practicing semen retention is that it's a day-long fight, every single day. The urges don't go away, and they don't get weaker. The only thing that changes for real is that you get stronger. The most challenging times will be when you have nothing to do. So always stay busy and have something set up for yourself. Idle hands are the devil's workshop for a reason. It's because when a man lacks purpose, he distracts himself with pleasure. Many people in today's world overindulge themselves in pleasure because they lack purpose. So, find your purpose and do your best to work towards it wholeheartedly. The fourth thing that I wish I knew is to track your progress. Tracking your progress on retention is just as important as tracking your progress in any other activity. You want to make sure you're up to date with how you're doing, where you're doing well at, and where you can be doing a little bit better at. Now, I personally use the I Am Sober app. It's a very good way to keep up with your progress. They pretty much notify you night and day about how you're doing. They have a lot of cool features like seeing where everyone else is and a lot of different milestones you can look forward to. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, but I definitely recommend it for anyone who is doing this practice. The fifth tip I wish I knew when I first started is that semen retention is a spiritual practice above all else. It's easy to believe that when you relapse, it's simply just because you couldn't control your body. But I'm here to tell you that the battle is lost in the spirit way before it is lost in the flesh. That's why it's important to place your spiritual health above all else, as you have to have a mind over body mindset if you want to be successful on semen retention. I go more in depth about this in a video I'll link in the top right corner of your screen. If you're interested in learning more about this, make sure to go check it out. The sixth thing that I wish I knew is that you won't always feel good. The reality of semen retention is that there will be times where you will want to go back to your old ways. Change doesn't always look and feel so good. Sometimes it's filled with pain and discomfort. It's up to you, however, to determine that you're going to stay consistent no matter the circumstances. When these tough times arise and you feel like quitting, always remember that if you quit now, you'll end up right back where you started. And when you started, you were desperate to be where you are right now. So never forget where you came from and keep moving forward no matter what. Number 7, and this is a big one. Do not make women your main priority. Female attraction is the most popular theme currently in the retention community by far. And don't get me wrong, female attraction can be a great boost to your self-confidence. In fact, the ultimate goal of retention is to build ourselves up into men who can eventually procreate with a woman and start our own family one day. However, it's important to not make women your main reason for practicing retention. This is especially important in the beginning stages, as this can lead to a loss of focus and the many distractions that can come along with it. You should still make it a habit to have positive interactions with women and learn how to connect with them better, but put trying to get up in there on the back burner for now. I promise you, it can wait. The 8th thing that I wish I knew is that semen retention is a lifestyle. It is not a streak. It's very easy to get prideful on semen retention when you're focused heavily on counting the days of your streak. It can be a great feeling to know you're staying consistent for longer periods of time, and you should be proud of yourself for this. However, over-exaggerating the effects your streak has on your journey will only hurt you in the end, because when you eventually relapse, you'll be super upset and unmotivated to try again. Like I said earlier, relapses are a part of your journey on retention. Tying your happiness on this journey to a number that can get wiped away in virtually seconds is a one-way ticket to disappointment. For this reason, it's not the best idea to count the days. The 9th thing that I wish I knew is to focus on the process and the rest will come. Do you want to know the reason why most people can't go on long streaks on retention? It's not because they don't have the desire. It's not because they don't have the determination. It's more times than not because they don't have the right process. There are holes in their process, and until these holes are properly addressed, they will continue to fall into the same mistakes time and time and time again. You don't want to be one of those people who get stuck in the cycle of starting strong and falling apart shortly after. Focus on areas of your daily routine that may need some polishing. Semen retention is a spiritual battle, and you have to have the full armor on in order to withstand the attacks and the temptations that you're going to face along your way. Now it's time for the moment we've been building up to this entire video. The tip that I wish I knew the most when I first started is that retention without transmutation is absolutely pointless. A lot of people look down on semen retention because its full process is often misrepresented. Most people believe semen retention is just not ejaculating, and this is far from the truth. While retention is very important on this journey, transmuting that energy and actually doing something with it is equally important as well. If you're just going to sit on your energy on semen retention, then you're honestly just wasting your time. The whole point of abstaining from sexual activity is so that we can redirect that powerful energy into other areas of our life where it's currently needed more. And as a result of this, you can regain control of your life and live a healthy, balanced, and stable life. These 10 tips are by far the best tips to remember when engaging on this practice. If I had someone break it down to me like this when I first started, there's no telling how farther along I'd be. From this video, you've just received more knowledge than most people who know about semen retention, and even more than some who practice it religiously. So if you found any of these tips useful, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more bangers just like this. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see y'all in the next one.